Welcome back to Mad Assets, friends. It's Derek on Chain here with Crypto Fluency, and today we're going to start a burst of 7-day videos dedicating each day to a specific project on Cardano. We're going to rank them from 1st to 7th, and then we have a bonus 8th. Okay, so we're going to start with the first good ones, and we know that anything can change in these markets. So number 2 could be number 1, number 3 could be number 1, number 7 or 8 could be number 1. We never know. But right now, as it sits, using a tremendous amount of technicals and fundamentals, we're going to rank our top 8 picks starting off today with number 1, and then so it's going to be today's Monday. We're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to take a day of rest on Sunday. We're going to put out that last 7th video, which will include the bonus on next Monday. And then right then and there, we're going to start off with our 7 duds and disappointments. So we're going to give those duds and disappointments some time to catch up because markets are shifting, things are happening, and if they don't jump on board, they're going to be left alone in the gutter. And it's just one of the comes with the territory type things, right? It's hard to imagine because some of these projects are great, but can they keep up? Can they keep up with network effect? Can they keep up with what's happening around the regulatory environment? Is there any fatigue going on with these projects? And we're going to dig into that in next week's video. So without any further ado, we're going to get into number 1 on our top pick for Cardano. This bull run right now is going to be Minswap. All right, Minswap DEX. There we are on the Minswap aggregator. Here it is. It's the home of Cardano DeFi. With Minswap aggregator, you can now access all DEXs on Cardano. One DApp, all of Cardano. Try it out today. This is their DEX. Okay, it's no surprise if you've been watching, been seeing me talk about Minswap several different announcement about Minswap. I'll include at the end of this video when we get into the metrics. So let's go over here and I have this set up here. So this is our little chart. Every day that we put this out here, we're going to be looking at the next in line. Okay, and so right now, number 1 is going to be the Min token. Minswap. It is in the category of DEX. It's the liquidity hub. TVL, we're going to go over this again. 109 million, 30-day trading volume, 98 million, 3.9 billion lifetime volume. We got liquidity, LP yield, which is something you can take part in. If you've, again, watched the channel, you've seen how we've been able to take advantage of that liquidity providing, yield farming. There's ADA fee sharing. There's governance token with that utility. Then there's V2 upgrades, cross-chain liquidity, DEX competition, incentives, and fatigue would be the risks. And we're going to kind of break this down real quick and show you why it matters, why you should understand Minswap. And if you look back at projects like Uniswap or PancakeSwap, right? They have been through a bull run, and I keep talking about this. This is something that you can't overstate, okay? Frankly, I think it's been way understated. People don't realize that when these projects came out, all the CNTs got their ability to push live after that Shelly upgrade, and that was in 2020, early 2022. Okay, so all they've been building for a long time. That came out during that time. When was that? Yes, that was in the beginning of the bear cycle, right? So all of these projects have just been surviving and building and working hard, but have never experienced the summer, okay, what we call the DeFi summer, which all of those other projects in Ethereum layer 2s got to experience, jumping up to, go ahead and check PancakeSwap's price. Look at their chart. It went to $44. Okay. I mean, so because the first bull market that a project goes through is always going to be the largest with a project that has real utility and some network effect. And Minswap is one of them. It's why it's number one right here for many reasons, especially for the reason I'm including at the end of the video, which is the most powerful reason. Why? Minswap, we're going to shift over to why it matters. Okay, Minswap, here we go. It's the Min token. So if you don't know, now you know. Cardano's liquidity hub. It's the core exchange, picks and shovels, right? If you will. Largest DEX by TVL volume on Cardano. It's got clear min utility, and that's very powerful in these decentralized exchanges. So why does it matter? Why does this matter? It matters because as it being positioned number one. It's the largest DEX on Cardano. Okay, so 3.9, it's hitting that 4 billion lifetime volume. 109 million TVL. This is in cash money. Okay. Those are small numbers, by the way, right? Like once this populates out, this is where Minswap can take off. It's got crazy token utility. Okay. Liquidity providing yield, right? These exchanges are powerful because you provide that token as liquidity, and you're going to get trading fee volume. You're going to be able to farm and get extra rewards, sometimes triple rewards like Min. You're going to get ADA. You're going to get perhaps Iagon or something, right? Right now there's an Iagon partnership with Minswap. If you provide Iagon and ADA in their liquidity pool, you're going to be getting Min, Iagon, and ADA plus trading fees. It's like quadruple yields in many cases. Plus, you could stake the Min token and get ADA and other projects that are launching. Gosh, if you have not been taking advantage of what Minswap has to offer, then you should take a look at this project a little bit more closely. ADA fee sharing, we talked about it. There's also governance. Their DAO is incredible. It's so much fun to be a part of the decision-making process as a Min holder, okay? It's very powerful because not only do you get to see what's going on in those places, right? You are actually having a say in voting. So it gives you the twofer. You're going to understand what's happening, knowing what is coming up, and also that you have that say. So what are some catalysts? It's got V2 concentrated liquidity. Okay. Aggregator integrations. And so when you first saw the screen pop up, if you go to Minswap for the first time, they're talking about their Minswap aggregator. So what does that mean to other aggregators that are out there? It's huge. Minswap is doing so much to integrate. They're integrating with an OrcFax. They're integrating with Liquid Finance. They are coming for the top ranks. So what are some risks? Okay. Incentive fatigue. That's something that some of our duds, our projects that are on our disappointment list, you'll see really it's due to fatigue, lack of interest. And DEX competition, correct? You mean like DEXs are really popular. They're starting to pop up all over the Cardano ecosystem. And so how can Minswap continue to remain on top is a solution that they are seeking to solve on a daily basis. And every day where I wake up and I look at Minswap, I see that they are handling that issue with precision, okay, constantly staying steps and steps ahead, if not miles ahead of a lot of other projects out there trying to catch up. Okay. The Thesis, they are the dominant on-chain exchange. Basically, what I look at it is the toll booth for Cardano flow. Minswap V2 added capital efficiency, concentrated liquidity, better fee models, while Min has concrete utility. Okay, as far as real yield and ADA from trading fees, fee discounts. So if you hold a certain amount of Min while you're trading, you get discounts on the fees. That's huge. And we also talked about governance. Now, governance could be a boring topic for you, but honestly, that's what this entire revolution of decentralization and Bitcoin, blockchain technology, this whole reformation of how entities can operate in this sense of a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, gives you, the user, the power to literally decide on these decisions with the invitation as a holder to the table of these decisions, and then you can decide. You can have a say. Can you do that in your Facebook app, in your Amazon app, in any of your apps, your centralized apps in your app store in your phone right now? Did they ask you, did they say, hey, we're thinking about going this direction? We're thinking about doing this with the treasury? We're thinking about using funds to do this? No, it's all behind doors. It's all kept out of your purview, right? Are you incentivized at all by any of those projects, or do they just take? That's what centralization is. That's what all the apps do. They take from you. They take your password. They take your email. They take your credit card. They take all of your information. They just take, and they give nothing to you. Well, welcome to the world of Web3 here in beautiful Web3 Cardano, especially Cardano ecosystem landscape, where you're given things. Okay, they're not taking anything from you. You set up your wallet and you plug your wallet in. They don't take anything from you. Right? They don't have access to your funds unless you provide them as liquidity. And if you do provide them, you're getting incentivized, right? So you're gaining something for your participation. That's huge. Okay, transaction snapshot today. This is just taken TVL. This is from DeFi Llama. 109 million in cash money, 30-day DEX volume. We're going to look around 98 million. Okay, cumulative volume, 3.9 billion as we outlined DeFi Llama. What does that mean to me? Clear network effect, in my opinion. Clear network effect evidence. That's something to behold. If you check that with other DEXs in the Cardano ecosystem, it's a far cry away. Plus, there's a bonus here that's not on the chart that I'm just going to tell you from what I experienced and learned at a presentation at Rare Evo in Las Vegas that we just got back from. So some of the powers of going to these in-person events, although it was really difficult for us to go, and shout out to anybody who I saw there. That's really cool. Actually, if I did see you and I didn't, we got a chance to talk to some of you, send me an email through cryptofluency.com. Go to our website, okay, and send me an email and say, hey, I saw you here. Here's my name. We talked at Rare Evo. I have something special for you. Okay. Token utility. What is the utility of a token? That's a massive attribute and development for our thesis. So you can stake them in. Like we said, earning ADA from fees. Amazing. So you stake your min tokens that are sitting in your wallet and you can earn ADA from the fees. And while you're doing that, you also can vote with the governance. Okay. And it's a soft stake, right? You can remove it at any time. Not just ADA you're going to get, you also get min tokens, and you also are getting other projects like Zeek, Roll, Tokyo, which is a wallet. Zerberus, okay, the XER token. These are all tokens that I've just been able to capture by simply having my stake involved in their staking vault. Okay, trading fee discounts. Like I said, if you're holding some wonderful tokens, you're gonna get trading fees. So if you're trading at a more frequent level and playing the game that way, you're going to get some discounts, which is a utility. On-chain governance, we can't again understate that, and it's a very powerful utility. Distribution investing are documented, which is really transparent, so you can see how the DAO is structured. Again, all that stuff will be shown in the governance sections of everything. You can read back. I love going into the governance tab of Minswap and then just checking it out and going back through history and looking. Go to the first proposal, what they call a MIP, a Minswap improvement proposal. Check it out. Learn what they've been doing and been pushing and giving you in real time. Okay, risks. Okay, we always want to think about risk. We talked about DEX competition, liquidity incentives, fatigue, regulatory backdrop. Okay, for token rewards. I think that the way that the regulatory landscape is rolling out is very favorable for the cryptocurrency space and this entire restructuring of financial markets and payments, and everything that you see is going to be favorable for the Cardano ecosystem because of how it's stacked up, how it's built. It's why we got into it back in 2018, because we understand that regulation is going to be a key factor, and we want to be long-term investing and participating in projects that are actually meaningful to the world, that have the ability to maneuver from a regulatory standpoint. And so Cardano's technology stack allows for that capability, but also sets the bar high for those regulators that actually say, like, geez, like, look at what you guys are doing over here. Because safety and security is the number one component, right? It doesn't matter how good something is, if it can be breached, or if it takes hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for it to be protected. That's what's so incredible about Bitcoin and the UTXO accounting model, is that it protects itself in the design, in the proof, the math, okay? The math. That's what they've been trying to figure out since the beginning of all of this. Back in the 70s, they were really trying to figure out how to use cryptography, computer science, all this stuff to bring it together and use math to prove its strength, right? So that's what a math proof is, right? It's proven. It cannot be broken. Once you prove something, it's in a math proof. That's what you have here with Cardano's ecosystem, as it took the UTXO accounting model from Bitcoin and made it extend into how you can write smart contracts. And that is going to bring me to my bullet point at the end. So right before we talk about that, why it screens number one, it's mission critical infra with measurable usage, plus paying user base, traders, and LPs. And so that is our number one pick. And what's the bonus? Okay, at Rare Evo, there's lots of presentations. You saw Charles Hoskinson come up a couple times, and some interesting panels, and you're looking at some fantastic developments. Midnight, the glacier drop, that stuff is crazy amazing. That didn't make our list because it's sort of new, right? We're on the countdown, but I mean, that's a behemoth for sure. That's just like an understandable, under the radar, complete no-brainer. And if you're holding ADA, you will get that glacier drop if you are positioned. That already took place. So you're either aware of that or you're not. But the powerful thing is to just hold these tokens and continue to do your due diligence, because lots of rewarding things happen when you do that. And so Minswap was presented in partnership with Lace Wallet, which is a IOG product. So I've talked about Lace Wallet in the past. They are the premier most highly respected wallet in the Cardano ecosystem, built by IOG, the founding entity of Cardano, one of the three founding entities. And so you've seen me talk about Lace Wallet. The Lace team was there. They're presenting how to showcase Bitcoin DeFi, right? Bitcoin DeFi is a massive concern. And what would I say? How do I say this? It's one of the main focuses in Cardano, or IOG, I would say, is to capture Bitcoin DeFi, because right now, as Bitcoin's written, it doesn't have an ability to gain yield from holding it, right? Like substantially, like truly. So, think of all the $1 trillion and going up into the crazy metrics of Bitcoin. All these holders are just kind of holding it in their wallet and they're just waiting. But can they participate in DeFi? This is huge. Now, what project out there, what layer one would have a good shot at capturing a tremendous amount of that market? Trillions of dollars of market right now in TVL. Well, Cardano is positioned incredibly well because of its UTXO accounting model infrastructure. So when you look at projects like Solana, when you look at projects like Ethereum, they are not involved with that UTXO structure from Bitcoin. And so from the very, very early on, that's what Cardano focused on, because that's the true revolution. Okay, that's Bitcoin really pioneered something absolutely magical for the world. Cardano understood that, realized that there was limitations as far as how can you write smart contracts on that technology, and they figured it out and they extended it. That's why it's called EUTXO, Extended Unspent Transaction Output Model, but it lines up with Bitcoin's infrastructure in a way that makes and positions Cardano as one of the top number one candidates to solve this Bitcoin DeFi problem. Because, and the presentation was amazing, because Bitcoin maximalists don't want to go into some bridge, right? So everything else that's out there is like bridging Bitcoin over, and then it's like wrapped Bitcoin over here, and your transaction fees are getting paid in like another token. No, the Bitcoin people want to see Bitcoin. They want their transactions fees paid in Bitcoin. They want their yield to be in Bitcoin. They don't want to look and feel like they are involved in any other project. So Cardano is building a way, okay, with the Lace wallet to just go ahead and click some toggle button that brings you to Bitcoin DeFi. And as a Bitcoin user on the front end, the only thing that you're doing is clicking this toggle button, and right there you're able to get into Bitcoin DeFi. If you look at IOHK on YouTube, input output Hong Kong IOHK, search them on YouTube, they will have that video for you to watch, I'm sure, where the Lace Wallet team is giving that presentation. Now you're going to have to scroll. There's like so many videos they put out, but I highly suggest you try to find that if you're interested, or you can just take my word for it and understand that that's what they're doing. Now, the toggle in the presentation was built with Minswap used as the DEX. So Minswap is working with IOG in conjunction with the Lace Wallet team to be able to onboard Bitcoin DeFi in a substantial way. So that's the sneak peek announcement there. We got Minswap at number 1. Tomorrow we will look at what number 2 is, and who knows, right? It doesn't mean that Minswap's just going to take over. It just means that right now, as far as today, we're looking at the end of August here, August 18th, 2025, what our top 7/8 picks are for where we are in the markets in the cycle. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is up to you to make your own decisions and act responsibly with your own due diligence. And we're just here to give you some education and some information in real time as we see it. Go ahead and get our DeFi workbook on the Stuff platform. Look at the links in the description below to go ahead and capture one of those. And we will see you in the next video where we outline our second pick, give you our thesis and our thoughts. Thanks. See you soon.